Hello everyone, welcome to your yoga practice for emotional release stored in the hips, the lower body. So if you are dealing with any painful emotions, any unmotivation, then this is perfect for you whenever you're ready. Let's begin seated in the middle of the mat, bringing the feet mat distance and placing the hands behind you, broadening out through the chest. And from here, just begin to windshield wipe the knees from side to side, waking up into the hips. And the next time the knees are to the right, let them stay there. Turn to face the back of the mat, reaching that left hand behind you. Staying up on the hands here, breathing into the twist. Or maybe you come down to the forearms, gazing down in front of you. 3 breaths here. On your last breath, take a peaceful inhale in, and slowly, if you're on the forearms, come up to the hands. Bring the knees all the way over towards the left side. Turn to face the back of the mat, placing the right hand down behind you, staying up on the hands if this is deep enough, or sliding down to the forearms. Staying here for your 3 breaths. Slowly come up to the hands. Turn to face the front. Cross the ankles, roll over the knees, and bring yourself to a child's pose with the knees mat distance, hips to the heels, sending the arms out in front of you, bringing the forehead down. And just feeling the grounding and the rootedness beneath you. Noticing what emotions are present for you today. Using your exhale to slowly let it go. Breathing in peace and calm in this moment. On your inhale, lift the head. Slide the hands closer towards you. Bring the knees hip distance. Come up to a tabletop position. Shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Start to drop the belly. Lift the gaze. Think of pulling the hips towards the shoulders. On your exhale, rounding out through the spine, bringing the chin to the chest. Inhale as you drop the belly, arch the back. Exhaling, rounding the spine, spread the shoulder blades apart. Inhale, drop the belly for cow. Exhale, round the spine for your cat pose. 2 more rounds with your breath. Bring yourself to a neutral spine. Bring the right hand beside the left and just place the right foot to the outside of that right hand, making your way into a lizard lunge. You can extend that left leg further behind you, lifting up through the heart center, bringing the gaze forward, and just rocking side to side. Staying with your breath. Slowly bring that right knee back. Walk the hands over to the right side and step the left foot to the outside of that left hand. Start to lower the hips down, lifting up through the heart center and rocking side to side. Bring that left knee back and slide the hips back into a child's pose. The forehead comes down. On your inhale, make your way back up into a tabletop. Start to walk the hands out in front of you. Send the heart down, the forehead touches down for puppy pose. If you are a little bit more flexible, coming down to the chin and the chest. Lift yourself up, walk the hands towards you, back underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes under, lift the knees off, straighten the legs back into a downward dog. Think of lifting the hips, sending the heels down, spreading the fingers wide. And on your next inhale, reach that right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Come up high on the left toes. On your exhale, bring the right knee to the nose, round the spine, and step the right foot in between the hands. Lower the back knee down. Inhale, splash the fingers up overhead into a high lunge. Come up high on the hips. On your exhale, send the hips down, reaching the hands down by the sides of the body 2 more times. This time, bring the fingertips down to the mat. An option to lift the back knee up. Staying here, lower the left hand down. Reach the right arm up to the sky for a twist. Gazing up to the right thumb. Pulling that right shoulder away from the ear. On your exhale, lower that right hand down. Step that right foot back. Downward dog. On your inhale, shift forward into a plank. Lower the knees down. Drop the belly, lift the heart, cow pose. Exhale, round the spine for your cat. Drop the belly, lift the heart. Lift the knees, send the legs back. Downward dog. On your inhale, lift that left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Come up high on the right toes and bring that left knee to the nose, round the back. Step that left foot forward, lower the back knee down. Reach the arms up, low lunge. Come up high on the hips. Exhale, lower the hips, sending the arms down. 2 more times. This time, bring the fingertips down as you lower the hips. Lift the back knee up. Lower the right hand down. Lift the left arm up for a twist. Open up through the chest and the heart. Slowly start to lower that left hand down. Step that left foot back. Downward dog. Gaze forward. Step the right foot to the outside of that right hand, heel in, and the left foot to the outside of that left hand, heels in. Lower the hips down for Malasana. Bring both hands to the heart. Press the knees away. Lower the right fingertips down beside you. Lift the left arm up to the sky for a twist. Lower the left fingertips to the outside of the left side of the mat. Reach the right arm up for a twist. Lower both hands down in front of you. Lift the hips, bring the feet parallel, forward fold. Bend the knees, belly to the thighs. Rock the head, yes and no. Step the right foot and the left foot back. Lift the hips up and back into a downward dog. Gaze forward, step the right foot to the outside of that right hand, lower the back knee down, untuck the toes. Stay here on the hands or bend the back leg. Reach the right arm all the way up and around, reaching for the foot. Maybe you grab a hold of the foot, pulling that right shoulder back, pulling the heel towards the hip. And you can let that right knee fall out to the side. Slowly with control, if you have a hold, release the foot, lowering that right hand back down. Lifting the back leg up, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand back to your Malasana, lower the hips. On your inhale, straighten the legs, turn the toes in parallel, forward fold. Step the left foot back, right foot back, downward dog. Gaze forward and step the left foot to the outside of that left hand, back knee lowers down, lizard lunge. Stay here on the hands, or maybe you play with bending that right knee, sweeping the left arm all the way up and back, reaching for the foot, letting that left knee fall out, pulling that left shoulder back. Slowly release the foot, lower that left hand down, lift the back knee up, step that left foot back, downward dog. Gaze forward, lift that left leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Bring that left knee to the left wrist and lower that leg down into a number 7 shape. Into your pigeon pose, extend that right leg back. Come up high on the fingertips. Pull the shoulders back. You have a few options here. You have the option to stay on the fingers, or maybe you bend the back leg. Maybe you reach that right hand for the foot, pulling the foot towards you. And maybe you bring that left hand on top of that left knee. Maybe you hook onto that right foot with that right elbow. Option to stay here. Option to lift that left arm up to build strength. Maybe bringing it behind the head. Maybe one day, maybe now, you hook onto those right fingers, pulling that left elbow away from you into a mermaid pose. Slowly release if you have a bind. With control, lower that right leg down, come to the outside of that left hip, turn to face that right leg. Lift the arms up overhead. On your exhale, fold over that right leg. Inhale, lift yourself up. Bring yourself back to a pigeon pose at the front. Tuck the right toes under. Step it back. Your downward dog. Pedal out the feet one at a time. Lift that right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to that right wrist, pigeon pose. Lower that right leg down. Extend that right leg back. Come up high on the fingertips. Lift up through the heart. Stay here with your breath. Noticing any emotions that surface for you. Allowing it to dissolve with every exhale. If you'd like to go for a mermaid pose, option to bend that left knee. Look back at the foot, reach back with that left hand, pull the heel in. Maybe this is where you stay. Maybe that right hand comes up to that right leg. Maybe you hook onto that left foot with that left elbow. Option to reach that right arm up, maybe behind the head, into your full variation. Slowly release. Come to the outside of that right hip. Turn to face that left leg. Reach the arms up. Exhale, folding into yourself. Slowly start to make your way up. Extend that right leg out in front of you. Bring the hips to the middle of the mat and come down to your back. Bring the knees into the chest. Open up the legs towards the armpits. Lift the legs, grabbing onto the outer edges of the feet for a happy baby pose. Option to rock side to side. Slowly release the feet down. Bring the feet together, let the knees fall apart for a supine butterfly. And placing both hands on top of the belly. Resting here. Notice the belly rise on the inhale. Notice the belly fall on the exhale. Start to extend the legs out in front of you into your Savasana, bringing arms down by the sides of the body. If you're ready to be guided out, start to deepen your breath. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. Bend into both knees. Roll over to your right side. Place the left hand in front of you. And slowly pressing off the ground with that left hand, keeping the eyes closed or low. Bring yourself back upright into an easy seat, placing both hands on top of the legs. Take a few deep breaths in. Take a full breath in through the nose, all the way down to the belly, the biggest breath you've taken all day. And exhale out the mouth. Bring the hands together at the heart center. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.